Hey guys, thanks for tuning on into today's video. Happy fall. It is finally cold now. I'm so excited. Real quick, let's talk fashion and nails. I have a nice Sally Hansen color on for my nails this week. Kind of more olivey green than it is in camera life. In real life, it's really pretty. This is also a sweater dress from H&M from last season, so while it's definitely not available still, I want to start moving into more fashion and styling because it's also one of my passions and I want to incorporate that onto my YouTube platform. So expect to see a little bit more updates, bits and bobs here and there, and maybe a video or two. So let's talk about why we're here today. I am so excited to be doing this video. I've actually low-key been upset at myself for taking this long to film it. So I'll link this. I went to DC 2 weekends ago and I ended up stopping by the NYX store. It's one of the places I like to visit whenever I go to see my sister. I also make sure I go to that store as well. And I ended up picking up a few things and I came back and I was like, wait a minute, I can probably do like 75 to 80% of a one brand tutorial, and ever since then I've been really wanting to film. So I have a bunch of goodies for you guys. Hopefully you saw that little clip where I just kind of ran over everything. So I definitely have a lot to do a full face with. For the products that I don't have NYX representation for, I will also shout those out as well so you guys know what I do and don't have. I also have a few brushes I can use, which is really exciting. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. So truthfully, you guys, I am doing my makeup and then going to the gym, so I'm not super worried about primer. I do have these options though. This is the NYX Shine Killer and the NYX Pore Filler. I think at one point I owned Angel Veil, but then I threw it out because I just didn't like the way it looked on me. So these aren't true primers. These will get the job done for today and they'll lay a reasonable base to work off of. So as you guys could see in my little speed through, I put Shine Killer all over. I like the way it feels. I think it's a silicone base. The first one is dimethicone. I'm not an ingredients person, but that sounds like it's a silicone-based product, so just helps everything to glide smoothly over the skin. And then with pore filler, I just concentrated around kind of near my nose, under my eyes, where my pores are my biggest. Next, let's talk about foundation. This is definitely the star of the show, and let me know in the comments if you guys would like for me to do a full day wear test, because like I said, I'm just going to the gym after this. All of this is coming off after I filmed 2 videos this morning, so I'm definitely not going to be able to give you guys full thoughts on this product, but if it's something you would like to see, let me know, especially if it's in my particular shade and you haven't seen a lot of people testing this out. More than happy to pop back on and do a dedicated video. So we are talking about the Total Drop Foundation by NYX. This has been out for a good minute, but even though this is carried in Ulta, it was either they never had my shade or my shade wasn't a tester, so I wasn't able to see which color I was. And so when I went to the NYX store, I got color matched, and this is the color we're going with. I think I do have to mix this already with something. I was chatting with the consultant in the store about it, and I don't think this is just full on the best shade for me. No, it does not look like this. I freaked out when I unboxed it in one of my latest videos. That's what it looks like. It's very light. So I think this is something that based on undertones, this is the best shade for me, but I probably will have to mix it with something else, which is all good. I just wanted to kind of test it out, and hopefully this is the right color, but we shall see. So I'm also going to take this NYX, it's a 04 brush. It's just kind of like a stippling foundation brush. It's got these dual fibers in it. I'm going to put 1 drop, 3 drops, just kidding, on one side of my face, and then just kind of put that over there. There was some excess on the rim, so just go ahead and work this in. Okay, so we're just gonna stop here because, how do I put this politely? Shame on the person that color matched me for sending me home with this. This is way too light. Like, way too light. So, fortunately, guys, I'm going to have to mix this with something because I definitely can't film any more videos today looking like a ghost. This is like a half a shade too light. I'm trying to look at myself in the mirror. I'm gonna mix it with This is by by deceim. It's their Ordinary Coverage Foundation. I'm just gonna mix a little bit of, this is 3.2N. It's a smidge too dark and neutral on my skin, so I'm gonna mix a little bit of that with a drop of this. I can't believe he sent me home with this. It's just like not the right shade at all. So I'm just gonna mix these. Kind of the color it creates. That's much closer to my skin tone, so I'm just going to go back over on this part of my face, try and make this work. I don't live in DC, Virginia, where their store is based, so I really can't take this back, but that's not cool that he did that. So the DCM foundation is a little too dark for me on its own, and I haven't tried mixing it with anything. One of the reasons why I haven't yet is because it's such a lightweight formula. I didn't really have something that was like liquidy enough that I could mix it with. So hopefully this will do the trick. So I definitely like the coverage of the DCM foundation with the NYX foundation. This will probably be what I use to lighten up foundations going into fall and winter. I think with my lighting situation, I am a tad bit overexposed right now, so I'll try and do what I can in the editing process to kind of get you guys to be able to see what I see when I look at this. So I'm going to give this a minute to cool down. My face gets really red. Quick feedback on the brush. It's okay. These bristles are very, very hard on the skin, so stippling is actually not very pleasant. As we can see, it didn't cover any of my lupus. It didn't do too bad of a job with this, but not so much this, and that is okay. I'll probably touch it up before I film my next video, but looking at myself on camera versus real life, this is very just kind of everyday coverage. This hyperpigmentation doesn't look as uncovered in real life as it does on camera, because I do have these lights kind of reflecting straight onto my skin. Nothing is really diffused anywhere. This side definitely looks fine. If I wanted just like a light coverage day or something like that, this would look a little bit better if I had color corrected a little bit underneath, but I didn't have any NYX color correctors, and I really just want to stick to products from this line. Had to cheat a little bit, but I think this is actually kind of nice. Even though this is not the best color for me, I did like when I put it on my face on its own, the consistency. I do think you can build up really nice coverage. You just have to make sure that this is your shade, because if it's not, it's gonna look a little foolish just building up something that doesn't look good. But considering that, what is it first? It's pretty watery. Is it water-based? It is almost water-based. It's got something else in it first that I can't pronounce. Considering how liquidy this is, you do get really nice coverage, and I think it doesn't disrupt the coverage that I was getting from my DCM foundation. Let's see. My pores are still a little accentuated. Even though I use these products, they honestly aren't my favorite. So didn't quite take care of the pores, but I look good. Overall coverage looks good. So all right, let's move on to eyebrows. Next for brows, I have a few products I want to use. This is a tinted brow mascara, and then this is an eyebrow gel. So I'm going to go in with the mascara first just to see the type of coverage I get. This is probably not completely similar to the Benefit Give Me Brow Volumizer, but I think it'll help lay my brows kind of where I want them. This does have a very strong chemically smell, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be giving me volume. So it actually doesn't look bad. Okay. Now my brows have grown out quite a bit, since I've used this. So I noticed that it's doing an okay job of taming my brows, but there are definitely some ones that are just kind of going every which way. Yes, we're gonna do eyes. Just kidding. I want to set under my eyes really quickly, so we're gonna try something out. Because this is so light, I'm gonna use this to kind of highlight under my eyes, but I'm also gonna set it with this powder. It's a powder foundation. You really shouldn't set concealer with the powder foundation, but the color is nice. So I want to add some dimension to my face without contouring. I could potentially contour not feeling it right now. So I'm just going to try and do, what is it, like reverse contouring or something, where I just bring light to my face and we pretend that that gives me cheekbones. So I'm going to put like a half of a drop under each of my eyes and see how this goes. This container is a little bit messy. It's getting like all on the outside of the rim. So just keep that in mind. This kind of stings a little bit. I'm going to use this teeny tiny brush just for sake of video. That brush is way too big to put under my eyes, and I already said it was a little scratchy, so definitely don't want to do that. I have another brush lying around somewhere, but hopefully this can, it's so like light, I think it can work as kind of a concealer, but we shall see. Just adding a little bit of light to the face. Just a little bit more to my face. Pores don't look any better or worse, but okay. All right, that kind of helped add a little bit of dimension to my face. A little bit. I still feel very pale. I definitely need to bronze, but womp womp. Oh wow, I'll see if I have like a drugstore bronzer of some sort. Yes, I'm gonna take this pointed foundation brush from e.l.f. I'm gonna go in with this powder and just set under my eyes. Looking at kind of how gross it looks, I probably will throw this out. But anyhow, this is in the shade Nutmeg, if you like that color. So to keep things relatively drugstore friendly, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Glam Bronze, just to bronze my face a little bit. Given that the foundation wasn't perfect, I do want to add a little bit of warmth to my face again. So that's just kind of helping out, because I promise you, when I take a photo, where I put the powder and concealer is going to pop against just where I have my foundation. So, and that makes the photos look horrible. So I'm just adding a little bit of warmth. It's fine for now. Still not in love with kind of how the foundation situation turned out, but I really wanted to try it and I got what I asked for. Anywho, so I'll put this to the side. Next, let's do eyes. So for eyes, we have two options. I've been wanting this for a long time. This is the NYX Ultimate Brights, and this is something it screamed fall to me. I haven't seen too many people play with this though. This is the NYX Perfect Filter in the shade Rustic Antique. I kind of want to save this for some like nighttime glam looks. I think I'm just going to go in with, I kind of just want to go in with this one. Now I could do like a nice fall color, like shade set, and then pop on this kind of teal color, but I don't know if I'm feeling that adventurous right now. So we'll see. Stay tuned. I have a little cheat code here. Sometimes I use this eyebrow primer as my base, so probably going to do that today. The other primer I have is a glitter primer. This is going to be way too strong. And then I was also thinking about including this jumbo eye pencil in white into my look, but I think I'm going to stay away from this. I'm actually not a big fan of this product. It does come in handy, but it's just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to go in with this waterproof eyebrow primer. This is honestly why I bought it, so I'm definitely not using it for the intended reason, but that's why makeup is fun. You can just kind of do whatever. So, alright, lay that down as my base. We're just going to see what it do. We're just going to see. I don't have any, like, eyeshadow brushes that I can really use for this look. Do these have names? No, they don't. They don't have names, so I'm going in, and this doesn't sit all the way back. Why do they make this palette this way? I'm going in with this. The outer part of my eye. I'm looking up over the camera, so that's why I'm not looking at you guys right now, but hopefully it'll allow you to also see what I'm doing at the same time. They're very easy to blend out, that much I will say. I'm going to pop this all over the lid as well. So then next we're going to go in with this kind of rustic brown color. I'm going to go back in with this pointed brush just to kind of outline the crease. Oh, that's a pretty. One drawback with this palette is that they don't really have like a brown shade. These are both kind of brick red shades, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers. So we're just gonna make this work. At least it matches my outfit, but definitely kind of hoping for a deeper brown look. See if I can diffuse this a little bit into the crease. Definitely very fall though. I love it. I'm enjoying this so far, working with this palette. I'm going to stop there, just kind of leave it on the outer part of my eye because I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I can always just work it a little bit further in to my lid and my crease later, but I'm just going to plot this down. These are very pigmented. I keep looking at the other palette like maybe I can pull in some shades from there, but I'm going to do a look with this palette. But yeah, if you want a brown, definitely going to have to look elsewhere from this palette. I'm going to go in deeper into the crease with this kind of gray shade because I do want to darken this up. But I'm plopping this just straight into the crease. As you guys can see. Probably have to close my eye so you guys can see. The closest palette I have that's kind of curated like this is the Modern Renaissance palette, and those are two very different shade sets. So it's kind of a nice palette. It's a little different. I think it's like travel friendly. The pans are huge. You can definitely create different types of looks, but there are some drawbacks to it. Definitely some drawbacks, but pretty. Very, very pretty. Now I'm going to bring this down into the outer part of my eye. Just kind of giving a little bit more of a smoky look. Alright, next I'm going to go in with my finger. I'm going to go in with kind of this white, it's like a pearlescent white gold shade. I'm going to lay that down. Oh, that is pretty. I just went in one time and you get enough pigmentation to do both eyes with. So, okay, NYX. Next I'm going to go in with this gold shadow. Just pop that on top. Kind of get this like white gold look. The shimmers are a wee bit rough, but they are also very easy to work with, and they don't feel super scratchy, but you can feel the texture of the shadow. So I'm going to smoke those same shades out under my eye, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went ahead and finished my eyes really quickly. Took those three shadows and smoked them out on the lower lash line in the same order that I put them down. Started with this, moved to this kind of grayish shade, and then followed up in the inner crease with those two. I also, for mascara, I don't own any NYX ones. Well, I own one, but it's bright blue. So definitely didn't use that for the video. I own this one. Went in with a drugstore favorite of mine. This is the Maybelline Colossal Spider Effect. I love this. It's so much fun. So went in with that, and then I was thinking to myself, do I have a blush? Do I have a blush I can use? I don't know. So I checked my blush drawer really quickly. I do have a blush, and I think it'll work. We can make it work with what I got going on my face. I might actually take this shade as well, and not quite contour, but use a deeper shade and then work the orange into it. So we're gonna see how this goes. All right. That doesn't look too bad. Oh, it's like killing me, this concealer line I've got going on. And then this is orange. Particularly, it is the shade Double Dare. I put way too much on my brush, so we're pretending that I didn't do that. Pop a little on. Actually, I really want to use this powder puff, but the issue is that I don't want to keep putting too much powder on top of my skin. So I'm gonna set my face with this. I should have done this before. It's this Milk Makeup. I also sprayed that way too close to my face, and I'm really good about not doing that, but now I'm choking. God. Okay, so anyways, I'll make it. I'm gonna set my face with this powder puff real quick, just to kind of bring everything together. I am using a powder from NYX Cover FX. I've actually never used a powder puff before, so I'm sure I'm gonna do this wrong. Feel good about not doing this right on the first time. But I'm just gonna try it out. You're supposed to then rub it together. I don't know. If you guys know how to use powder puffs, comment down below, because I just did not do that right at all. I know I didn't. I'm okay with that, but I would like to learn how to use these properly. Maybe there's a YouTube video on it. Who knows? But okay, all right, that pressed everything in. And lips. Let's talk about lips. So I settled on a combination of two shades. This is like an OG throwback to one of the first videos I put on YouTube. I did a lip swatch of all of these. These are their soft matte lip creams, and they're all named after different cities. So I went with Dubai and Sao Paulo. So we're just gonna pop this on. I'm gonna see what this looks like on its own. If it's too dark, then I'll pop the pink in the middle. These are really soft on the skin. They are fragrance though. Oh, I didn't smell too much of a fragrance from the foundation either, if that is a concern of yours. That is the end of our video, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I really love doing one brand tutorials, and it's something you just have to kind of build up enough products over time. So I've been super hyped ever since I got back from my trip to DC to do this video. Overall, I think everything came out lovely. I don't think I have played with NYX eyeshadows before, and they're amazing. So I think I might end up picking up a few things. I did swatch some other products in the store. I just didn't pick anything up. But now that I'm more familiar with the brand, I feel more comfortable shopping online, which is a huge thing for me. What's the verdict? NYX is a great brand overall. Not a huge fan of their brushes. They're not really known for their brushes, so that's okay. But I think you can find a lot of things in like a higher drug and affordable price range. NYX is not cheap. That is also one of the issues I've had with this brand, is that I'm like, I think they're very drugstore, but they're like high-end drugstore, and they really aren't a drugstore brand, but I just don't want to pay a lot of money for their stuff, being completely honest. So it's still a brand I'm warming up to. They have great products that justify the price, but it just feels a little expensive for me. But this is not like 99-cent makeup from, you know, the drugstore, so I kind of have to get over that a little bit. But I'm gonna stop rambling. We need to keep this video short. So thank you guys for tuning on in. Should have done this at the beginning. If you are new, thank you for stopping on by. If you're not new, hey, what's up? What's good? Thank you for coming back. Thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate it. You know I do. If there are videos that you would like to see, comment them down below. This DJ does take requests, so if it's something I have, I can quickly put together a video. If it's something that I need to go out and purchase, just work with me a little bit. Also, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, if you were able to see some of the products that you've been interested in swatched on my complexion, do me a favor, give me a big thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit. As we all know, YouTube is changing almost every single day, so the likes, the comments, these things really are critical to being successful on this platform, if I'm being completely honest, and that's something I might talk about in a future video. But if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Probably close to like maybe only 15% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed to me, which, hey, it's all good. I'm a growing channel, but if you have seen a few of my videos, if I am popping up in your search results and I am answering questions to beauty related makeup review type issues or concerns that you have, please consider subscribing. Maybe we have something in common. Let's explore that. So the support, again, is appreciated. And yeah, you guys, I think that's it. It's time to keep filming and time to go to the gym. It is Sunday here, so if you're watching this on a Sunday, hey, happy Sunday. If not, have a great rest of the day, any other day of the week. That sounded weird. Have a good day, you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys again shortly. Bye.